Hey everybody, Dan here with Pain Free You. Today's topic is this: why ending symptoms is like learning to play an instrument. So we'll get to that in a second. Gorgeous day, a little overcast, but 85 degrees. So nice. I love this weather. And pretty soon you're going to start seeing new scenery behind me, because Tuesday I'm going up to the lake. So I imagine by Wednesday morning you're going to start seeing these daily videos with the lake behind me. So, all right. So, how ending symptoms is a lot like learning to play a musical instrument. So, what the heck are you talking about, Dan? Consistency, practice, daily repetition. So I guess the thing I'm going to share is, when you're learning to play a musical instrument, they say it's better off to do 15 minutes a day long term than it is to do 3 hours on Saturday and then don't touch the instrument the rest of the week. You know? And I think many people in the mind-body recovery space feel that, I'm doing 3 days worth of safety messages, Dan, and it's not working. But then the other 4 days they don't do that, and they end up more in fear, more in anxious states, more in rumination, more in dreading the symptoms. And then they go back and they practice again for a day, maybe two. And then they go right back to the highly anxious, fearful, worrisome states. And then after so many months, they're like, I don't get it, it's not working. Look, folks, consistency matters. And as a musician, I know that if I pick up a guitar or play the piano or play the drums and I do it regularly, even for a very short window of time, I'm going to get better quicker and I'm going to stay at that level. But if I quit for a month and then get back to it, I'm starting over farther back from where I left off. So consistency over time is what does the trick. Now, some people will say, yeah, but I've been at this for 4 years. Well, consistently staying in fear, consistently freaking out, consistently reading books and podcasts, but consistently freaking out, the time doesn't matter. The consistent time doesn't matter unless you're doing things the right way, right? Musical instruments requires practice so that each day we can make improvements, which will lead us to better performances, better playing skills. And so understand that doing the wrong thing consistently will give you more of the same results that you've got now, which is consistent symptoms. So I'm not in any way saying you're at fault for doing the wrong things. This stuff is difficult, just like learning a musical instrument. Trust me, the first time I started trying to play the guitar, I sounded horrible. And after a while, after several years of daily practice, for about an hour a day, I actually got fairly good. And then I haven't touched it much for the past 6-8 years. I tried to pick it up a few weeks ago, and it was awful again. I remembered what I wanted to play, but my hands didn't want to go where they used to go, the same accuracy with the same speed. So I lost some progress. Now I guarantee if I were to dive back in and practice daily, for 15, 20, 30 minutes a day, inside of a few months, I'd probably get fairly close to where I was before. But comment below, are you a musician? Have you ever tried to learn an instrument? And did you try to do the whole, I'm going to practice for an hour today and then I won't touch it for a week and then I'll practice again and I'm not making progress, because whatever progress you made in that hour is lost by the time 6 more days passes and you come back again. We need daily, consistent action in order to teach the brain that we're safe. Consistent is what matters. You can't go 3 days of, I'm really okay, and I believe that, but then symptoms are high for some reason, the brain perceiving some element of danger, and then we dive back into the freak out end of the pool and thrash around for a while. Then we go back to safety and go, this stuff isn't working. We need consistent calm, consistent messages of safety, right? It's not once in a while or sporadic messages of safety. It's consistent, just like learning to play a musical instrument. So for the musicians out there, please comment below and tell me whether or not this is on target. Because if you can understand it from a musical instrument standpoint, you can understand it from a recovery from TMS, from perceived danger pain standpoint. And I will also say, same exact thing holds true for sports, athletic endeavors, right? If you want to get good at a sport, consistent practice is way better. Imagine basketball. You practice for 6 hours on Saturday, but you don't pick up a ball until the next Saturday. You're not going to be nearly as good as a guy who practices a half an hour a day each day for the same week. Consistency matters. Muscle memory, brain, it requires consistency. And so the brain remembers and believes the things you think and say most often. So if you're 2 days safety and 5 days, oh no, this isn't working, why isn't it working? I'm in trouble, this is bad, what if I never get better? The brain remembers the, oh no, what if I don't get better? Because that's what you're thinking and saying most often. So look, I know this stuff is hard. I'm not telling you you have to be perfect 7 days a week, always, and you can't falter at all. What I'm saying is make sure the dominant thought, the dominant mindset is calm, reassurance, and clarity. I know what's going on, and I know I can do this. Does that make sense? So whether you like the sports analogy, whether you like the musical analogy, whether you're learning to throw darts or hatchets, which is the big craze these days, throwing hatchets into a target, whether you're practicing billiards, you name it, whatever you are trying to accomplish, daily practice matters. So I hope this makes sense. I'm going to wrap this one up. And as always, folks, I'll see you tomorrow. And as always, love you. Take care.